There are some major developments in the aftermath of that factory collapse in Bangladesh. A top court has weighed in. The government is facing tough new questions, and street protests are demanding vengeance. Anne McMillan is in London tracking this story and its international effects. She joins me live with more. What's happening on the streets today, Anne?
Lots of developments today, Suhana. Relatives of missing workers who've been waiting in the area around the collapsed building for days have been complaining that the heavy machinery brought in to clear the debris is taking too long. It's generally accepted that no one else will be found alive, but in the words of one relative, what's the use of using all this fancy equipment if they can't find the body of my son? Questions, too, being asked of the Bangladeshi government about why offers of expert help from Britain and the United Nations were turned down. Today, the Home Minister said the authorities were confident they could deal with the crisis. He pointed out that nearly 2,400 of the 3,000 people in the building had been accounted for, and that was better, he said, than the average international international average in cases like this. Today, the High Court in Bangladesh seized the property of the owner of the building and 4 others who've been charged with faulty construction and causing unlawful death. The owner put extra floors on the building without permission, and when cracks started appearing last week, he told workers not to worry, to go to work. Demonstrators are calling for those guilty of the disaster to face the death penalty.
And what about retailers? How are they reacting, Anne?
Well, this is interesting. Representatives of major clothing retailers are holding meetings with garment manufacturers in Bangladesh. They've already agreed on a joint panel to put together a new safety plan. More, too, on that announcement by the Loblaws label, Joe Fresh, to compensate the families of victims who made clothing for the label. The big British discount clothing company, Primark, which, like Loblaws, is owned by the Weston family, has made a very similar announcement. It also noted that other retailers sold products made in the building, and it urged those other retailers to come forward and offer assistance.